This one is from my side, not StreamYard one. If it's too loud, you let me know.
Can not good.
Okay.
All right. Let me refresh. I know that somebody already tuned in. Hello, good evening.
Hey guys. Hey guys. How come I'm not getting any notification? Is it loading already?
No, it's still pre-live. Oh yeah, it's just
Oh, okay.
that's a full almost 30-second delay.
Lama tak buat ni.
Anyway, we're broadcasting on 3 channels on obviously on LinkedIn and then on Eric's Facebook and our Choobub Studios YouTube channel. Right. So in case if
Right.
LinkedIn fails, you will always have the 2 other channels as alternatives.
Okay. Can we do the countdown? Do you know how to press the countdown, not, Uncle?
Of
Lama tak
course,
buat.
I haven't been away for too long.
Okay lah.
来。
Silakan. Hello, good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. It's been quite a while where all of us came on board and do this face-to-face talk. So thank you for joining us. It's been a long time and Uncle has been itching to talk already. And Yathong also is ready to give his input, but let Uncle do his intro dulu lah. He can't wait to say something. Lai.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. What, over a month? Definitely over a month. 2 months, maybe. Anyway, life at busy adulting. So anyway, so thanks for joining us tonight. We have some of our friends and regulars tuning in already. So we're just gonna say hello to some of you. So Kenneth, how's it going? Yeah, you couldn't see us earlier.
Hello.
Hello.
The broadcast gets channeled. We just want to make sure that the broadcast gets channeled correctly to LinkedIn, which would have on average 30 seconds of delay. Hello, love it. So Yathong, you're in it. Boys as well.
Hello.
Yathong is under category of boys, okay?
He's
Of course.
Older boy.
Okay.
Being a rebel is
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've got Rakesh as well.
Hi, Rakesh.
I can't hear.
Good evening.
You can't hear?
Oh, no.
No.
I can't hear.
Can hear? Ooh,
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. That means
now, yes.
Okay.
I wanted to talk shit about him.
Now, okay.
Okay.
Now, okay.
All right. Anyway, you got Brian and
Brian, I go.
I've no clue who this is. I can't tell.
Who?
LinkedIn user. There are 2 LinkedIn users today.
The CK long, CK
CK,
Kong.
CK Kong.
He always hide behind the scene one.
Yeah, so there's more and more of y'all joining in. So thank you again for joining us tonight. So tonight let's visit what it's all about. We're going back to basics, brand and marketing 101. What it's all about, and what are your thoughts about it? What is the basics of it? Maybe you can even drop in your comments while we cue in the intro. Yeah. So Eric, anything else? Did I miss anything?
Announcement, like what's gonna happen to TKSS?
Oh, Yeah, you break the news.
Okay, guys, before we start, right? Something that we want to talk about is that TKSS is gonna have a closing episode soon. Okay, Uncle was sobbing by the corner just now. Now he just got back and yeah, but then again, it's a transition period. I think TKSS has done its run. It will still remain as TKSS for the next couple of months, but our next season is gonna be sarong and slippers. Okay, so you see Uncle in sarong. Sarong, okay, and wearing
TKSS
slippers as well.
from
Yeah.
Tok Kok Sing Song will be transitioning to TKSS Tukar kepada Sarung and Slippers.
Correct. Correct.
Mm.
So later it will be sarong and slippers only. Okay, so there will be no more TK already. But for now, we are tukaring kepada sarong and slippers lah. Okay, in the process.
Yeah,
Good
so
thing. Good thing.
we'll update you guys as we have more details. We're still finalizing things, how we're gonna transition. There's a reason behind it, so stay tuned for updates. Let us know what you think. All right, we'll still be around. All right, we'll be poking each other. We'll be still live and doing what we do. Yeah, so
Yep.
Ayo, muka sedih ni. Aduh. No.
So think about it. I mean, sarong, right? I mean, it's a Malaysian
Mm.
thing, and for some of our friends in Singapore as well, they could relate to it. It's very, very close to our identity at heart. So we want to reflect that as well in what we do, who we are, where we came from. So yeah, slippers. Obviously, it's that guy's trademark anyway. So sarong is better than shorts lah. At least kita boleh tutup kita punya kaki bulu kan. Think about it.
But airy lah, bawah airy lah. Air can go in straight up, you know.
It's a life-saving. It's a life-saving flotation system.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay lah. Yathong would know best lah. Yeah. So coming back to what we're gonna be visiting for tonight's episode, we're just gonna bounce off the first question before we go for our intro. What are brand and marketing? Apa tu? Let us know your thoughts, and we'll be right back real shortly after our intro. Okay, so. Right. Apa tu
Hello.
brand and marketing?
Apa itu brand and marketing?
Hello.
Yathong
Hello.
already.
I
Hello
can't hear
again.
anything.
Every time we go through the transition, Yathong cannot hear.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Take your time.
We're good,
By the
we're
way, Yathong is dialing in and joining us all the way from Perth.
Yep.
You're back.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
I can
are
hear.
good. We can
Okay.
hear you.
We can hear you. So this is
And-
what happens when we go live, guys. So things like that do happen, but
Hello.
we take it
Can hear
as
me?
usual. Can.
Can hear me, but I can't hear you all.
Okay. He's panicking. I'm texting. He's left. All right. Anyway, yeah. So I had my own set of gremlins as well earlier before the show. My whole entire digital mixer just went haywire. I had to do a quick uninstallation and reinstall everything, and here we are. So I guess Yathong has got his own going on as well. But anyway, while we are waiting for him to come back, so let's visit what's it's all about. What's brand and what is it? What is it all about? Brand and marketing. Apa tu?
Apa tu? Sila bagi your input.
Janganlah. You also lah. Welcome back.
Okay, I'm back. Yep, thank you.
All right. So we just posed the question to the crowd.
Okay.
Tonight's first question: what are brand and marketing all about? We wait for any response. Yathong, what's your take? Apa tu?
Wow, you can still hear us.
Yeah. I would use this famous saying by Sun Tzu. in the art of war about strategy and tactic, brands
Okay.
and marketing. Strategy without tactic is the slowest route to victory. Tactics without
Okay.
strategy is the noise before defeat. I think this really is a very good representation of marketing and branding. If you do marketing without branding, it's just a noise before the defeat. If you have the branding, but you don't have the marketing, it's the slowest route to your victory. That's how I equate it. Yeah.
So, wow, complicated, guys. When Yathong talks, right, you better, open your mind, see from a bigger picture. So,
But yeah, whatever that's left in it.
That's why it's a grandpa.
Actually, Yathong, you kind of also address one of the topics that we have lined up for tonight. So, okay, so let's recap what Yathong just mentioned. So it takes two to tango, and obviously one of them is vital. That comes first. With a little bit more priority, because without it, it's just all noise, and we'll probably be shooting blanks. It's like a loose
Yeah.
cannon. So,
Yes.
I guess if we don't have a brand, what are we marketing in the first place? If we don't, if we have a brand and we market, we will make sense for a sense of identity. There we go. Chris, he agrees. Brand equals to identity of the product or service. Bukan saja Lord, aku pun blank.
Aku pun blank juga.
you also blank. Yathong blank is a problem, Still, yeah. So and marketing, Chris chimes in again. Creation of
Creating the
product,
demand for product.
creating the demand.
Mhm.
Right. Hey, Sharil is here with us tonight. So Sharil, so his opinion is that brand is who we are, marketing is the story of who we are. That's marketing.
In the marketing. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
yeah, guys. See, we can always learn from one another, guys. So do drop in your input. So while we also share our thoughts. I mean, we're not like seafoods or anything like that, huh? So we are here to share knowledge and learn from one another. So feel free. There's no criticism here. We are all open to inputs.
Yeah.
More than welcome to comment.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she mentioned never equated brand and marketing to Sun Tzu's strategy before, mind-boggling in a good way. Yeah, well, I can relate a little bit, and thankfully I did read the book, but most of it I read the author. Yeah. So
Well, coming from the rebel, it always be out of the box. Yeah. Yeah.
Michael, this
Alright.
one over to you. If you use Choobub as example, what's our brand?
Yathong can answer one. What's our brand?
I think if you look at today's Eric's posting on LinkedIn on his newsletter, he described the values of the value system in Choobub. That is also a brand of Choobub to tell the stakeholders how employees Choobs are being treated, how they are being taken care of. So when you have this sort of humanity in the organization, so the way you are being treated is the way you're going to treat your customer. So when you are treated as a value contributor, you will always be contributing value to your customer. So that itself is a branding exercise. Although people may not see it, but I see it as part of a branding exercise that you establish a value system. So branding is not just confined to just product, services, features, but it's a lot more than that. Coming from when I'm always interested in systems thinking, so I see it that is a systemic approach. So the value system is very much a part of branding and marketing. So branding, marketing, it always a Siamese twin. You can't do without one another. Yep.
All right, alrighty.
That's
Now,
how I see it.
and let's not also forget that branding and marketing is not entirely limited only to businesses that has got some sort of service to offer, but it relates to every one of us as well. Whether are we business owners, or are we just regular wage earners, or even school leavers. I think I've mentioned this before, especially for school leavers looking for opportunities, or any one of us here who are looking for better opportunities to move forward. That we are also kind of like branding ourselves and trying to market ourselves to be the best candidate for a specific role that we're interested in. So think about it in that context as well too. Okay, it's a wide variety. Macam DNA, how the brand sounds like, what they stand for, and it's more about creative ways to promote and position the brand in the market.
In fact, today I wrote about branding, or brand is part of ownership. And in the good old days, in the cattle farm, they would stamp the ownership stamp onto the back of the cow, of the cattle, and that indicates there's a brand of cattle.
Uncle's buntot got our Choobub stamp also.
When you said cow, I was like,
So
that's an inside joke, actually.
Without ownership, then there is no branding. So it's really about taking ownership of what you do to deliver. And I think that is where branding is all about. Is that keyword is ownership. So without ownership, how can there be branding? So when we say branding is walking the talk, and when you want to walk the talk and talk the walk, then you have to have ownership.
Okay. All right.
It's quite easy to talk lah, but want to walk that time quite susah lah, I feel.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
I remember, when I shared with Dan and the Choobs that I received my ballot paper via DHL. First thing that comes from Dan was, luckily you do not receive it from Pos Laju. Now that is branding of Pos Laju. That statement is a very discreet brand statement about Pos Laju.
They created a brand for themselves lah.
Versus DHL. Yes.
DHL is fast, so Pos Laju is. We're not saying anything. But
we're not saying anything. We're just giving example.
Yeah, and I feel I just got put into the limelight right on the spot. Bam. Yeah, it is what it is. There are some pain points there as well too, but clearly, as we can agree, there has been a reputation that we remember the brand for a specific reason, whether it's in positive or negative. That's all up to your own personal interpretation.
Yes.
So. Yeah, that's that. And Kenneth just mentioned he just dropped his opinion earlier, and now Wayne, he says in his personal opinion, branding defines identity and usually relational, while marketing is a storytelling process that can be seasonal and transactional. Oh, way to go! I like that.
This one is quite on point. Actually, very on point. Yeah,
very on point. Times change, and there will always be different campaigns that's required in order to meet, the changing times, or perhaps the ever-changing target audience that we are looking after.
But actually, what Kenneth mentioned also, actually, it makes sense though. It's more about what your principles, your values that you stand for, that you showcases through whatever that you sell, be it your product, your services, because ultimately it's the people behind the company that, bring the brands forward, you see. So marketing is just, just making yourself known to the public. So kind of like, like me and my shorts and my slippers, or like Unker with his jacket of like Yathong with his, long hair, sarong, tattoos and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty much like that.
Maybe I would like to throw one question to our audience.
Oh, okay.
Our management system and decision making, is it a branding system? Is it a branding tool? Does it help in branding? So that's my question.
What's the question again? So
I said management system.
Our management style.
Management system and decision
Management
making
system.
and
Okay.
decision making.
Okay.
Is it a branding? Does it help in branding?
So is Choobub's management system a branding? Yeah.
Mm,
Decision that we
okay.
make, is that a
Okay.
branding?
So itu macam lah, a very
Yeah.
short, concise, summarized version of what. Let us know. Yeah, Yathong just posed a question to all of us, including the both Eric and I. Anyway, so but we'll come back just after addressing Johnny's comments. Ini macam aku kena arrow ni. Brandon is the guy telling the girl he's a Mustang fan, and marketing is the guy inviting the girl with to ride in his Mustang car. So
Now, Uncle, who do you invite? What girl is this? Hello. You're on live, okay? Your wife's watching, Please be cautious about what you're going to answer, okay? Tengok muka tu.
Batang so God, okay. Ada juga all our people all. So
Including the water bottle lah.
private joke. Okay, somebody almost burst, and he had to go anyway. Yeah, let you guys figure it out. So coming back to Yathong's question here, is Choobub's management system a branding? Our management system, how we've been managing our work, our team members, which we are very open about, and even letting our team members speak for themselves as well. We do not hold them or even control their content in whatever way. So it's really free and easy for them. What are your thoughts about this? Yeah, so let us know. But what do you think, Eric? I mean, we didn't do it because we want to brand or market ourselves that way.
Yeah, so happened it became a brand itself, lah. But I really didn't put this as part of the branding. So happened it became the brand. But I believe the main goal of the existence of our company is actually to bring value to the people in it.
Yeah.
So somehow it just became a brand.
We just wanted to bring our experiences
By the way,
together.
what Yathong is sucking in is not cocaine, okay? It's just
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
I'm just gonna
Getting myself high.
Yeah, if you ever need to lob an artillery, make sure you calculate your coordinates properly. KL and Penang. Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, we didn't do what we do because of we wanted to showcase it, but it's just how we want things to be. When we
maybe I give an example. Yeah. Now, Trace used to go for meetings representing Choobubs.
Yep.
Now, when she representing Choobub, is she representing Choobub brand? Trace sitting there. She's not Trace there as a person. Trace, she is there. Hand out the business card where you have the QR code for them to scan, and it links to Choobub. So whatever she says, whatever she decides, is the branding of Choobub. You can't run away from it.
Resonates with CK's comment, but yeah. I suppose the best marketing ambassadors are our team members. No doubt about that. Yeah. So we're thankful how far we've come, and hopefully we are not far off the right path, and we're obviously looking to continuously improve whatever that we're doing. There will always be things and pointers to improve, and Eric and even Selena and I were very particular about that, and Yathong obviously is involved in the works. So yeah, so anyway, that's that. Cukup untuk kita
cukup untuk all this branding and let's not talk about us anymore lah. Least important. So let's move where apart from brand, does marketing actually help sales? I mean, back in the days, people usually use some pamphlets, go to the doors. Even Sharon, who's watching, she used to ring bell in uptown area to sell books and all. She was sharing us the stories. a time where sales predominantly was sales and there wasn't any marketing involved. But things have changed, and marketing seems for the older generation, they feel that don't really mean marketing. Well, we are good at what we do. We are good at selling. You see, so does marketing play a role in this era? Let's not talk about those digital marketing, Facebook ads, and those kind of stuff, lah. But traditionally, marketing, does it really help sales in the process? Do they coexist, or marketing is just a gimmick?
Mm. It depends how it's spun, though. I mean, while we're waiting for comments coming in, I suppose it all depends on what's the whole idea, the end goal that we have in mind, what are we trying to deliver, what are we trying to convey, and is it just for saja poyo only, just for show? But if done correctly, yeah, I agree with Chris. It definitely helps. I think we've seen it ourselves as well. And sometimes we don't even realize that we're marketing ourselves. It's not exactly a marketing campaign, but it becomes one, indirectly.
I see it as indirect. Yes, it helps, but directly in closing the sales, no, not marketing. So marketing is just to attract people to the brand, but closing that brand, closing that sales is really about that brand itself. How do we walk our talk in our marketing? And that's where you close the sales. So indirectly, yes, marketing is help. It helps by attracting people to your brand, but closing the sales, it has to be the brand itself. How we walk our brand, and that helps to close the sales. That's how I see it. Yeah.
Banyak betul.
Yeah.
Banyak betul.
Yeah. Let's think. Is there any other context that we can think of besides, talking from a perspective of businesses? I don't know. I can only think of job seekers.
Okay, I give you a example. And this case actually happened. Asia X advertised Melbourne to KL X dollar one way.
Okay.
All right. However, when people click and buy, there were a lot of other costs pop up. And without buying this, you can't fly. So now when you add up, there's a lot more expensive than what was marketed.
Okay.
And AX was brought by consumers, their customer, to the authority. And
Okay.
it was found that there was a misrepresentation of the marketing information and message. Now, how does that help sales marketing?
Easy guy like me, fly MH.
So it's no longer X dollar, no, it's X plus dollar now. So
Yeah.
how do you feel if you are a customer? You log in, you have your plan, and suddenly you realize that whatever you budgeted for based on the advertisement, based on the marketing information, wasn't actually what it is.
Fair
This
point.
one.
And that's my contention. Why I say it's indirectly. It's only attraction. The
Okay.
sales is actually the branding itself.
Fair point.
Fair point. That's what Cheryl mentions as well. And she follows up, marketing doesn't necessarily means more sales. Again,
Right.
going back to what Yathong just mentioned as an example. So there are a lot of other scenarios out there. I mean, we as consumers ourselves, we have our own experiences with, various vendors or brands out there we can think of. And Yathong just shared from his personal experience. Anyway, and it depends on how we look at it, how is it spun. And this one is a little strong, but it's not wrong either. It's very, very arguable with a lot of benefit of the doubt. So yeah, right on point, Sharon. So does marketing help sales? Obviously, I think the general consensus is yes, but it does not guarantee the deal is being sealed or it has been sealed. Okay, so it just paves the way. Eric, let's go back into how we have come this far, just to tie things up. Before Selena and I came into the picture, you were just doing this one-man show. How did you even market yourself? That's maybe we can share to some of our audience who have yet to hear that story.
How did I market myself?
It's like,
Truth be told, right? I didn't really do marketing for myself, but yeah, I was just asking around whether people actually need the service. I'm kind of like more towards doing sales rather than marketing, because I didn't really actually, I was like knocking on people. I don't go knocking on people's door, but whoever that I met say, oh, hi, do you need a website to be designed or not? Or do you have any needs, to make sure that your website looks good and stuff like that? So in some ways, I was doing a very old school method of selling as well, whereby I just go and ask people and reach out to people. I didn't really go and put up on social media, boost the ads and stuff like that, or even hand out flyers and pamphlets, or hardly anything that I did was related to marketing. So weird, huh?
I think
of it.
we've come this far through the organic route. Yeah, we didn't really spend anything on marketing. I think like what Eric just shared in one of his posts recently, what we've spent and how far we've come, what's our earnings here and there. Very generally speaking, marketing is at zero. It does not have any impact at all in our expenses, our P&L, because, well, we do it ourselves. And I think how we've done it so far, for the lack of a better word, it's just organically, lor.
Maybe I share my take about Eric lah. I find when I came across him, the brand that comes to my mind was he was very down to earth, doctor.
Okay.
And I remember the first time I reached out to him to connect with him on LinkedIn was because of the way he write his posting. Very down to earth.
Yeah,
with a lot of colloquial local market language that attracts people to his writing.
Bahasa.
It's not that high end bahasa. So that was his marketing of an image of a down to earth doctor, and I think that is how I see the marketing and the branding was in sync. When he does it, he may not have planned it, but that was how it came across to me.
Basically, Yathong just said, you were just naturally being yourself as Abeng.
Yeah, Abeng, that's all.
Yeah.
You want to be Abeng too?
Kan? Mari kita abeng bersama-sama.
Just to answer Sharon's question, so I drink coffee every day, right? I think I don't think I'm doing marketing. I'm not doing any sales either, because I'm not selling anything, but I'm just carrying my brand around. So from the day that I started on LinkedIn, I did a lot of indirect branding of myself. I didn't really know what I wanted to be, but somehow that shorts and slippers just got stuck to me for whatever reason there is, right? So now not that I don't want to wear it. Sometimes I just wear it because everybody feels comfortable me wearing slippers. So end up, I want to wear shoes sometimes. Sometimes I want to wear shoes.
You're comfortable with it as well too. I mean, that much we know.
I'm comfortable with it. Yeah. But sometimes I do want to wear shoes, but it's because that branding has been stuck so strong, right? So you end up wearing.
Okay lah. Credits to you lah. We've been seeing you wearing moccasins more and more lah. Okay, so at least there's improvement. So now it's just a matter of time. When will we get to see Eric wearing long pants more often than shorts?
No, so long pants, I don't think it's gonna happen because I'm very comfortable in my short pants.
Sarong. Migration from short pants to sarong.
Sarong.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I guess so. That answers it. What it's all about. Our management system. Is it a brand, and whether marketing helps sales or not? So maybe now we can move on. For those of us who are interested to understand better about marketing, is there a campaign? Should there be one? How should we plan one to begin with? What is it all about? So, what are your thoughts? About this question. Anybody? All right, we are willing to listen, and maybe we can pick up some golden nuggets from you as well. How do you plan uh, a campaign if you're already doing so? So sila tunjuk aja.
Before that, right, all this campaign stuff, I have no idea what it is all about until I met Ang Ngao, okay? So Ang
Angau.
Ngao is our Ang Ngao is
Selena.
Selena Cao, okay, but she's one of our partners here, but she does all these campaign, talk about all these jargons, which I have no idea what she's talking about. So I learned a lot from her. But before we move on to how to plan a campaign, right, Uncle, tell us what is a campaign.
Campaign just like all those flirts campaigning outside right now lah. Vote for me, don't vote for that flirt. Campaign.
There's different kind
Manifesto.
of campaign lah, adoy.
Anyway, so coming back to context, again, Yathong, you can have a check and balance to what I'm about to say.
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
to my best understanding, all right, don't kill me for it. In marketing context, it's about understanding what we are trying to achieve. What's our end goal? Who are we targeting? All right, our target audience. So I've already got 3 over here. Okay. With that said, no pens, CK cannot get that.
You want CK, no pants.
I cannot take it. My sanity, my mental health will be affected. Coming back to the context, all right. How to plan a campaign? I mentioned earlier. What's the ROI, the end goal? Who's our target audience? And perhaps what's the cost are we willing to invest? All right. And the duration of the campaign. So with these 3, at least you have a skeletal idea of how you want to plan. What's the material needed? How many man hours required? And voila. For example, not too long ago, we organized a writing competition, right? And we attracted over 50, 60 actually, over 60 plus entries. And there were 3 winners with really, really good composition. So did we plan that? I mean, I certainly did not. It was actually credit to Eric. It was just, he just decided to come up with
Random moments, Ichi
very
Baxter.
random moment. Yeah, exactly. It's as if like we got too much money to spend. Suddenly they say, "Oh, we're gonna do a competition," and then we got some prize money.
Ni orang sudah bising ni, buang duit merata-rata.
Anyway, so yeah, so for that event, it was a very random at the spur of the moment, but we also wanted. I mean, all of us. I personally agree with the whole idea because we started out thanks to a lot of you who are tuning in right now, who are supporting us from day one, and we started out by writing as well. It was and still is our bread and butter, among others, and we thought that we could also, give back in a very little way, in our own special way of doing things. So very simple. There's not much except for time and energy. Suppose this comes from Eric's side in designing the posters, the artwork, and just a very simplified mechanism of how things are going to be run. The duration, it was a 2-week duration. And then we want to make sure that there's no biases as well. So we roped in external judges, some really, really good friends who supported the cause, and the rest is history.
I think that contest was a very good campaign in a way, as I see it, because we get our stakeholders, people who follow us. How do they see Sleeper as being, related to Choobub? And whether we realize it or not, I think Eric is the face of Choobub. When people see Choobub, they relate it to the face of Eric. So Eric is the face of Choobub.
And that's the face.
is the conduit for branding at one time. So now we are transiting to sarong and slipper. So we get our stakeholders to view, let us see in a very humorous way, how is sarong or how is slipper in relation to Choobub's branding. And I think we got a very interesting uh, 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 insight into how they view Choobub from the
Mm,
perspective of a sleeper. So that is
mm,
actually a marketing campaign, like it or
mm,
not.
mm,
You know,
You didn't really plan it
marketing
out that.
campaign to build a brand.
mm.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Well, I wanted to ask Yathong, what's the end goal for doing a campaign? But I think Yathong already shared the goal, lah, the result of why we did the writing campaign as well. So ultimately, for all campaigns, right, there is a goal to be achieved in the process. It depends on what you want to achieve, lah. Be it you want to build a brand, be it you want to sell something or something, lah. Okay, there must be an end goal, not just butter go and just do one campaign for no apparent reason and spend money like that. There must be an end goal what you're trying to achieve. For instance, ours is to build brand awareness. I mean, I understand that we have some awareness on LinkedIn, not a lot, but we wanted a little bit more lah, because we are all greedy in some ways, like Uncle like that. Everything also more. So more is better. Ambil saja.
I mean, and instead of spending that amount, say materials, or let's just say if we are not a marketing agency, right? We engage in a marketing agency is about all the costs and the fees, right? But in some ways, the way how we did it is to return that to all of you, right? It's just a matter of participation, and may the best winner wins.
I I think what is unique learning point for I'm a sleeper contest is what we get audience to participate in the marketing campaign. It is not a shoulder length, one way traffic and just say this is I'm a sleeper and this is it. But we get them to participate, and from their write up, I think we gain a lot of things that we can become incubator for ideas in the future of how we want to develop, the sleeper brand, because this is where we get all the interesting ideas and things like that. So in a way it's good in the sense that we get people to participate in our campaign, marketing campaign, and this is where people feel that they do own that campaign by participating in it. And I think this is where it becomes more effective rather than being hollow. But this is really, I chip in, and people can say, whenever, let's say Choobub uses one of their ideas, and they say, hey, I contributed to these ideas and things like that. So in a way, it's interesting.
Mm,
Yep.
mm, mm,
Okay. So now that we know roughly how to plan a campaign, why do we even want to plan one in the beginning? We've kind of have a general consensus about what it's all about. So obviously, prior to planning a campaign, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Research, understanding what are you looking for, your end goals, and your expectations.
mm,
Okay,
mm.
and how much are you willing to put in terms of your resources, not just money but time, energy.
Yeah, yeah. It's even for the campaign that we did. I mean, apart from just putting it out, we still have to collect all the entries from everyone. There's like 70 over entries. There's a
Oh,
lot of
70.
work to be done. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
70
yeah, it was
plus.
70, yeah.
We
No
are
joke,
compiling
man.
all the entries. Yeah, it's a lot. So
And we
we
kept
are
track.
compiling and kept track all the entries. Then after that, we have to liaise with the judges so that they look through the entries and award them the points. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of back management as well. It's not just I put something out there and by miracle it happens, that kind of stuff. So you need to plan who's in charge of collecting the data, whom are you going to reach out to, how do you going to reach out to the winners, how you're going to announce it. So from A to Z, you got to plan everything out so that your campaign is successful. So all this consumes time. And although you don't really need, I mean, we did spend some money by giving the prize money, but ultimately, if you put effort or something in return, you don't really need to spend a lot of money to create a campaign as long as we know how to go about making it successful. So campaign wise, very useful, especially when it comes to building a brand, reaching out to your audience and getting your name out there. But you must have, like what Uncle mentioned, you need to have a goal. You need to have
Yep.
what do you plan to achieve out from making a campaign. I think that's very important in the process.
Yep. It's been a while since we last ran our halftime commercial. I'm just gonna run it, just to tie it back to what we've discussed, moments ago. So stay tuned. We're just gonna run our promo advert.
Uncle long time never tekan the butang lah. He mau tekan.
There's a reason for it. All right, go. Wait. Be right back. There you go. So it's been a while since we last ran that video, but there was a reason why we had it in the first place, and credits to Eric who actually came up with that over a year ago. Was it over a year ago?
Yep.
It's quite a long time since we did the video lah.
Yeah. And at
Yeah.
that time, again, last year, it was last year or 2 years ago, I can't remember anyway. We were building ourselves up, block by block, and that was among the items that we made use of to optimize our presence. And there you go. So we're just trying to give a very quick shout out in a video to summarize what we do, what we have available or not, and the rest, I guess, is a matter of we actually hit our targeted audience. It's just like literally spreading a fishnet out there, and let it do its work. Did that work? There's a lot of time. I mean, that 24-second video took a lot of time. Eric's how long do you do it? Do you take for it?
Maybe a day or two.
We're talking full days.
Full
8
day
hours.
lah. Full days Yeah. Not like segregated 3 hours. It's like full two days, like 48 hours spread among. I'm not gonna work 48 hours non-stop just to make a video lah. So it's like staggered time.
Yeah, it's no joke, man. Seriously, no joke. Man. That
Yep.
short snippet.
He's an iceberg.
But it worked, So again, that was one of the examples to tie back to what we've been discussing earlier. So let's move on to the next topic. Eric, your call. Which one you want to click?
Okay, let's do this. Branding and marketing, always people stick it together, right? So it becomes like a synonymous thing. But truthfully, you can separate it. It's not the same kind of stuff. We have talked about branding. We talk about brands, how you're going to build brands. We can talk about marketing first. But in your opinion, which one should come first? Is it like a chicken and egg issue, or should we prioritize one over the other first? Guys, what do you think? What are your thoughts about it? I have my answers, but let's see. Maybe let's have Yathong to share with us.
Actually, Yathong did mention
just now earlier he gave a bit of clue lah, but maybe we hear it from the seafood first.
My answer is always it depends. That is the safest route to go. It depends. Now, of course, it depends on whether you have already got a brand or you don't have a brand at all. If you are just about going to build up a brand, then marketing would have to be one of the very first activity to arouse the market that something is happening. So that you create that sentiment that something big is happening. And this is a lot of things. This is a lot of time where advertisers help in marketing by arousing the interest of the market of something new that is coming in. So in that scenario, I would say marketing is necessary to be done first. But when you already have a brand that is strong and ongoing, then marketing would be more in terms of periodical targeting things that was not going too well and you want to fix it, use a
Oh,
military term would be like a sniper operation versus a machine gun operation.
Mm.
So when you have already got a brand, the marketing is really a sniper approach. Choose the target, go for it, hit it, sort of approach, because your brand is already there. So it depends really on where you stand in terms of your branding. Yeah, that is my perspective. Yep.
mm.
How
You know,
I leave it to the audience to share their comments on my perspective. Yeah.
let's we're not affiliated with any political parties, okay? But since we're in the election season right now in Malaysia, I wonder, if I'm pretty sure that each and every one of the parties out there who are campaigning for their respective candidates do have a lot of thought put into branding and marketing. But I suppose certain parties have got their own brand already, and how is it they're going to be able to market themselves to be a more effective component that will attract voters like us. How? Do you think they should hire us, Eric?
I think so, lah.
Anyway, that was. I just felt it.
But yeah, that is actually a very good example. You see, I mean, you look at the flags, you look at the logos. One look, you have this sentiment that you already felt whether you want to vote for them or not. It's no longer about the people on the flag or whoever goes with the flag, because some of them I don't even know who are they. But the
Yeah.
thing is that whoever they represent, okay, carries a certain value. And if you look at the logo, that's the value that they carry, or that's the past stuff that they did that still lingers around that we all felt,
Correct. Correct.
one way or another, either betrayed, sad, disappointed, and all those kind of stuff. All these feelings will come towards you.
Yeah.
So when it comes to businesses, I believe, of course, when we start out a business, marketing is always the first thing to go, because you want people to know you. Okay, but if you already has some leverage on the community, like let's say you are building it on LinkedIn or TikTok or Facebook or whatever that your platform may be, then chances are you may want to focus on your brand instead, because your brand actually carries a lot of values. And when you have a reputable brand and people trust you for the person or whatever that it is portrayed there, when people see your name or see that color or see that logo, it makes them feel good that they want to support you, similar to the campaigns that are going on now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how I would feel when I'm going to be down in KL for one of the trips in December, because apparently I'm going to be staying in this particular hotel called the Sheraton Hotel, which reminds me of some movie. Anyway, coming back to at hand right now, brand or marketing first, all right? So we have it now ready. So Yathong just mentioned earlier that it really depends. It depends on the scenario. What's the situation at that given moment. But there will also be times where brand is required first. Like for example, I mean, I have hair. Obviously, I go bald by choice, and there was a time that there was a lot of
the hair didn't want to grow back, unfortunately.
No, the hair grows back. This is works every 2 weeks of shaving, right? I asked you to join me.
I hope the other part of the hair remains there as well, or maybe now it's like pacamakai like that, white chicken.
So yeah, there was a lot of buzz going on at one point when we were driving the campaign of me going bald, and thanks to a lot of supporters who contributed to the cause. So I mean, yeah, that was one of the examples of how of marketing, branding. I mean, who's this fella? I mean, it's just this face. I mean, I'm not exactly a celebrity or whatnot, but it worked. It worked. We achieved our goals. And even Eric, synonymous with the brand of slippers and shorts.
And my hairy legs. I don't know, somehow the hairy legs came in the picture as well. So it's all good. It's part of brand. Now, yeah, everybody expects me to be like that.
So
the slipper and the short man.
Yeah, slippers and the shorts.
We're going to be closing in a few more minutes, all right? So maybe we're going to just tackle this last question. Are people behind a brand vital? Eric, let's imagine, let's just say TKS has really we changed our minds. We're no longer going to transition to tukar kepada sarung and slippers. Then how? Do you think is it going to work out? I mean, it's not just about us, right? I mean, we have a good team. So, what do you think, everyone? Based on this question, are people behind the brand vital? And the follow-up question is: if Eric and I we no longer run TKSS, it's just someone else, one of our team members. You think it's gonna work out? Is there gonna be a transition?
Well, although I think TKSS won't work out with the both of our faces lah. I think ultimately the brand is pegged to our two faces. So if that faces are gone from the picture, right, TKSS won't be TKSS anymore. So the brand itself, I think, is the people behind the brand is essentially what builds up the brand, you see. So, but there's also a reason why our company Choobub, I didn't want to put my face too much up front, because otherwise, right, I can't remove. I want everybody to be part of the brand. It's just not just me alone. So it's important that everybody carries the same brand wherever we go. Like just now, Yathong mentioned as well. If you hand out 3 cents of the card, it represents the brand, the company. Okay, it's just not. She doesn't represent me. She represents the base, the home base. So that's why the people is important in terms of branding and not just the logo or the company itself.
Yeah,
that's my personal thing lah.
Yeah, obviously. So we again, it's not about just Eric and I today. As you can see, Yathong is with us, and he's one of us right now. We want to also showcase the rest of our team members, which they deserve credits for. They've done a lot of good work behind the scenes and real solid hard work that we don't really showcase, because most of the time you see Eric and I, we're having fun, poking each other. It's all like and fun and games, but there's some real work being done, behind. So, yeah. Oh, hey, you know what? We've got a question from Chela. Hi, hey there. Let's say the product is expensive and need to focus on brand awareness or marketing. Let me rephrase and reread again. Let's say the product is expensive and need to focus on brand awareness or marketing.
Meaning, if a product is on a high range side, what should we do? Should we focus on the brand first, or should we focus on marketing the product out to the masses?
Yathong, what do you think? I'm just thinking of Apple products.
Yep. Apple.
Yeah,
Apple phones are a premium brand phone. There's not much of marketing except for the launching of each series that come on board. But what Apple has done as a brand, not the marketing, but the brand, is to create these followers who just are happy using Apple phone, Apple product, that they will continuously, upgrade their gadgets as far as Apple is concerned. So the brand has consistently delivered what their followers expected. So it's not so much as marketing. You don't see, Apple does a lot of marketing. Like I say, back to except when they want to launch a new series of phone, and they do have a little bit of.
Oops.
There, we have lost it. But I think we all got what Yathong was trying to say. So
What
more
is
of
delivering the result, even though it's expensive product for Apple.
It's all about positioning ourselves. If we are actually reaching out to the higher tier market,
that's how I see it.
Yeah, we need to. That brand has to stand there in that, and how do you reach that level so that the right audience will come and see you, and they don't mind paying for it because they know the value behind the brand. So
To
expensive
look at it.
Yeah lah. The expensive is just it may be expensive to one, but it may not
Perception.
be expensive to another. It's just a matter of perception. Yeah.
It's a perception. If you look at our very own car, Proton, why is now Proton is being much more acceptable, X70, X50, compared to the earlier models.
Yeah.
The brand doesn't
Okay.
change. It's still a Proton brand. There is not much of marketing done. But the thing is, the performance of X70 and X50 deliver what the brand promises, and I think this is where it gets the market to accept Proton as now one of the better cars. People are saying Proton now is a better car, and that speaks volume to the brand of Proton, ever since they launched this new SUV of X70 and X50. So again, it boils down to performance, the consistency of good deliverable in terms of performance, and that's where the brand counts.
We've come a long way, when the first
Yeah.
Proton model came out and it was
Yeah.
nicknamed Milo Tin,
Yeah.
Yeah, but what? Props to the people behind the brand of Proton. So I think they've come a long way, really, with collaboration with some of the brands as well that make up what they are today. So, Eric, we're past the time.
Yep.
One right now, and thank you so much for joining us and just bantering with us, leaving your comments. We really appreciate it. It's been a while since we last did this. We're still gonna do it, all right? Even though we are rebranding.
Yeah. Uncle misses talking, so he wants it.
Anyway, so
You got a sexy voice.
You got a sexy voice, like give you that lah.
for me. Anyway, so are we having an episode 2 more weeks from now, Eric? We are.
Let's hope so. Unless Uncle decides to bail on us, he's been bailing on us quite frequently already.
Oh,
so
come on.
see.
You see, adulting, okay. Yeah,
My food,
brand new toy right there.
eat my hairy food lah.
So anyway, since we'll be potentially coming back in 2 more weeks from now, right? Fingers crossed, right? So don't forget your very important date in the calendar, 19th of November. Do make some time out to cast your vote, right? It is an important date to remember. History is in the making. So with all that said, look after yourselves as well. Jaga SOP. Thank you so much again to all of those who have joined us today on
Terima
LinkedIn.
kasih semua. Thank you for joining us.
Terima kasih for bringing me on board to share my perspective on marketing and branding. It was fun for me.
Of course. Next time we will let Yathong run the show.
Yeah, we should.
Wah, that one jialat oh.
Yeah, we should, man. So
Sarong.
take care.
Yeah.
See ya.
Take care, guys.
Okay,
Good evening.
good. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Sometime soon.
See you.
Bye bye.
Bye. Take care.